Here I'm reading a few soldier testimonies from October of 1940 that was printed in this Der Stürmer. There's the German original. Over on the left, it says, a well-groomed Jewish woman. Besides the nose, it is especially the eyes that prove the ladies belonging to the Jewish race. It's interesting. So anyway, there's the German original on the right there. And here is the English translation from Google. So it says, the guilty parties of genocide. Yesterday, I was with some comrades on near Verdun and visited, among other things, I think it should have been cemetery. Beneath this mighty building lies the remains of many tens of thousands of known and unknown soldiers. It was an overwhelming feeling for us as we entered this hollowed space in the light of the setting sun. When we then left the building again, we said as one, it was the Jew who unleashed the World War. It was the Jew who was responsible for the death of hundreds of thousands of the best. But in this war, reckoning will be made with Judaism. The Jewish world criminal will meet his just end. Heil Hitler, Corporal Emmert. The truth. In this war, I have finally seen how necessary it is to know the Jew. I have realized that we Germans have always been too decent and treated the Jews far too well. I know today that everything that has ever been written about the Jew is the purest truth. One cannot portray the Jew as he truly is. Heil Hitler, Private Elwa, I don't know how to pronounce that, Private Elwa Nash. Uh, Bearer of the future. French women are overwhelmingly small and weak. Powder and makeup are meant to disguise the fact that their bodies are worn down and possess little resistance. The Jew has systematically unnerved the French people through his swarmy behavior and the alcohol abuse he has promoted, right? Jews are always at the head of pushing alcohol. So, but a people that possesses unnerved and racially inferior women has no right to the future. Young generations with strong, healthy, cheerful, and fertile women will seize control of the world's destiny. Heil Hitler, Lieutenant Wenzel. The Jewish question. As a party member, I am accustomed to explaining the Jewish question to everyone I come in contact with. With the French people with whom I have official dealings, have always been willing and attentive listeners. They often confirmed my statements, right, about Jews with their own observations. In France, a profound hatred against Judaism and Freemasonry is gradually developing. When I tell people about the institutions of National Socialist Germany for the benefit of the workers, and even about strength through joy, they put their money away. There is nothing like that in France. The Jew has already seen to that. Heil Hitler, Goldat, I think maybe, I don't know, Linhart. German forevermore. On whichever front we stood in this terrible war, everywhere we recognized that the shameful Treaty of, I think it should have been Versailles, could not extinguish German national identity in the ceded territories. What German spirit and German diligence has created could not be shaken to its foundations by our enemies. Thus, everything in this beautiful old city of Memel has remained truly German. The Jews, even with their wretched system of exploitation, could change nothing essential. Heil Hitler, Corporal Willie Maori. Our struggle that we are burning to settle accounts with the Jewish English blood tyranny goes without saying. The German soldier, from the marshal down to the youngest recruit, knows why we must fight this war. We are fighting for a Europe free from the dross of a corrupt system, free from the death knell of all Christian peoples, from Judaism. Heil Hitler, Captain R.M. So, oh, and then what many don't know that in the middle of the word rabble comes from French. It refers to the part of a people whose actions and emissions are driven by base instincts and who behave according in a common, vulgar, and insolent manner. The rabble is always associated with the criminality of a people. The urge to behave in a vulgar, i.e., common way, is also reflected in the appearance of these people. When Jews stage revolutions, right, they are always the revolutionaries all throughout history. When Jews stage revolutions in nations where they live as guests, they always make use of the rabble, i.e., the dregs of the people. The Bible reports that when the Jews left Egypt, a great rabble immigrated with them. This rabble refers to the Egyptian criminals who, as bastards, mixed race people, also had Jewish blood in them and thus followed the call of the Jewish blood when they joined forces with the Jews. In my note, that section is wrong because the Jews are not Israelites. So it was not Jews that left Egypt, it was Israelites. It was our white ancestors. But that is a whole other video. So, anyway, continuing. The word Jews means in Italian what the expression Führer means in German. The word Deuce, Führer, is a designation for Mussolini in fascist Italy. Rabbinic teachings are not moral creeds, but rather regulations for obtaining material advantages. Uh, in 1931, the Talmud scholar Dr. Eric Bischoff testified before a Nuremberg court that the content of the Jewish books, the Talmud and Shulchan Aruch, contradicted the morals and views of the German people. Well, yeah, anybody can see that. And note they didn't say the Bible because the Jews' book is not the Bible. The Bible has literally nothing to do with the Jews, the people that call themselves the Jews. So the Jews' book is the Talmud. Anyway, continuing, in the Talmud, Baba Mezia 113b, it is written that any Jew who testifies in court for a non-Jew that harms another Jew will be excommunicated from the Jewish community. So that is everything I have there.